point platform. TTPTV. Oh yeah. Unale we pledge, we love and loyalty. To we sweet, sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as well on. For tomorrow, now we go make salute.
Yes, family, I want to welcome back to yet another very, very important segment where they come through the Talking Point platform. As always, we know the door we talk there. We know the door within the inside we Talking Point community. Today, what do they see they fly all over social media where they come up from with Talking Point community? Now they can't deal with. One of the message, one of the article where they go all over social media where they say Apc Mps will take the seats in the next couple of weeks. Once the recess finish, then we'll take. We go can look at better one. And also we go look at the Deputy Minister of Mineral Resources. He don't go to Turkey. He don't go present a paper for attract for go win investors and for Canada loan. And also we go look at the Institute for Governance Reform. We don't say, according to their own statistics, 87% of the people in the country, they're not happy with the economy. And also we go look at a post where they make rounds on the social media. We will not confirm when no one believe for say Ackman, the arrested in connection with the death of Arata. Now, why make her say I no one believe? Because I can't tell you the reason we make people and get doubt over this whole thing. Whether this another politically motivated something or not, but we will explain now. And all this and more, and perhaps, of course, the most important and interesting part, the engagement. Very important to us at the learn we una ideas and share una ideas. It's just too extraordinary for us, a privilege anyway. If I'm the first time this for January, this platform we call on Talking Points, and the program we listening to na Komon-Tok. Neo the presenter always na Mr. Komon-Tok. Yeah, we talk about things and we trend na the social media. Now that we care about yeah. Things that with the traditional media, they shy for talk or they not in talk or in the brush off. Now that we take serious now. Yeah. Consider for subscribe now. We got strong community here. Members are very strong. And then they share. As always, Aisha Kessa, they say, Lord, we continue for share. Even if we not ask them for share, then they share. Because that's not the bond, that's not the agreement. We not waste time, always now. We can't just now for come for them by the issues there. Better one.
Just one platform for news everything now we country alone. For education, entertainment, political affairs. TTPTV. We got enough Tanga one inside Sierra Leone, like a big quantity. We breeze not a shit. TTPT.
All right, first thing first, make a disclaimer. This particular article will scatter all over social media. As always, anything with the trend, anything with the trend, now what they look at. And this is not 110% confirmation. In fact, I try for reach the APCs, some of the APC stalwarts them. One of them tell me, say, got nothing for say about this. And that if we see any people, if we see any number increase apart from the two, Lord, we're not surprised. That was the answer we give me. I don't call the name because say la reach and la call the name. But for like confirm this, not confirm. But he say if Parliament open, if we see another 2 or 3 people there, law will not surprise. That's it. All right. Now we go into what we see. According to this particular newspaper, what they call Calabash newspaper, where they scatter social media, then say then get a very reliable source within the hierarchy of the All People's Congress Party. We don't inform them, say everything, like either in English, or the will translate them. A very reliable source within the hierarchy of the All People's Congress Party has informed the Calabash newspaper that everything is set for the dialogue between the All People's Congress and the government of Sierra Leone to take place on the 25th, 2023. Then go further. All right, let me move the Komon-Tok up here so people can go see that side. Let me move on first. All right. They say, according to the very reliable source, they not put the source, the person, they not put her. The main opposition, APC, has agreed that all its elected members of parliament, mayors, councillors, and other elected personalities will assume their rightful position upon the reopening of Parliament City in the coming weeks. According to political pundits, shot a message coming at this time when the country's economy is declining at an alarming rate is very good news for the people of Sierra Leone. So, like I say, this now in the scatter social media, 110%, I not go verify, I not confirm, and this now in newspaper, then say then talk to a person na APC for them and say now a very reliable person will give them the assurance say the members of parliament then will take the rightful seats. Now, again, if you watch up the argument, some people then say, well, this newspaper, neutral. Some people in the bash and say, na SLPP newspaper. Some people they say, no, nah, maybe they get a trusted, they get a source. It might be right because there is an infight going on in APC. That I will tell you without any fear. Say there is a big difference between this particular boycott here. There are certain MPs and mayors we don't feel tired because someone, to be honest, don't broke. Someone feel it's not about the country anymore. It's not about them position, whether they say that they don't have a country for protect the democracy. It's about the pockets, it don't they dry, We know the economic challenges. It's very tough in the country. In fact, the IGR, what you get for can put next, where they talk say 87% of the people of Salone, they're not happy with the economy. So this not just something where maybe you want to relate. So money don't say something, don't come. You know what? The man just swallow whatever prestige or whatever pride we get. Let man and go. We go put her in the name of fighting for the country, at least for saving the economy. But anyway, like I say, I try for confirming from a source, a very senior source, confirming for me. You understand? So that put a question mark. That make if you see said the title, we put waiting a question mark. If no question mark not the day, which means I don't confirm it. But anytime you see I put a caption, I put a question mark, which means we not confirm it. So as you see, APC members to take their seat in the 6th Parliament, we ask a question. And the source now from this Calabash newspaper, you can check out all over social media today. On our joining group, say on our no say yes, this it is all over social media. So apart from this, another person that they look at because they look at Aki Soya, he don't do 2 trips. All right, where they go in favor and they go like, for example, they go represent the country in position as a mayor elect, whilst they work international. I'll just put out so they work internationally, but locally they work. One of the agreements we go sign in this, then there's just reader where people and they say hypocritical because Duma say the boycott now they all day by the boycott, but if they go attend events then where they represent the country. So who's kind of boycott this? If they go outside of the country, but now your own country you they boycott. Which message will you send? It makes. Well, some people then say, well, the woman be don't get a position ambassador of climate change, so it can go even if not to mayor, he still get the right to go. So these are just always people and get for or against all man gets how he defending person. But I just want read them for we said quick one. This now agreement where it be go sign. Um, lad just find a quick one and read out. A blurry, not too clear, but I will manage. So, um, all right. Okay, I'll put on. Okay, I'll put on. So, now the Honorable Justice Ilika, Mayor of New Haven, Connecticut, USA, and Honorable Yvonne Aki Sawyer, Mayor-elect of Freetown, Sierra Leone. This now September 14. Back now from September 14, then send for me this. But so sometimes we can get a lot of things and we discuss certain things, then we can just skip out or push them for another day. Now, then put say, whereas the connection and history between our two cities goes beyond over 180 years in the 18 and to the 1839 Amistad incident. As of course, know Amistad revolt, that boat we Sembe Pierre and company them be hijack. The seas where them they try for carry them go in America as slaves, where they able to overpower the captain and the crew members and then ultimately secure their freedom. And and since then, Sierra Leoneans they don't get special respect in America, and some of them places they are connected with the South Carolina. A lot of people they say the blacks actually they be take from Salo, Nyanda, mostly they reside. So now we move on. Whereas the relationship was strengthened by Sierra Leone's participation in the dedication of the New Orleans Amistad Memorial in 1992 and by the New Orleans hosting of Sierra Leone during the 1995 Special Olympic World Games. And whereas the mayor of the New Orleans, Connecticut and Freetown, Sierra Leone has signed a formal sister city agreement on the New Urban Green, September 29, 1996, formalizing this unique bond and relationship. And whereas the last 26 years have brought mutually beneficial cultural, educational, and economic exchanges between our cities and citizens, supported through short organization as the New Urban Sister Cities Program, the Amistad Committee Discovering Amistad, and others. Whereas New Haven has assisted its sister city by facilitating humanitarian aid, financial assistance, and medical and school supplies to support the citizens of Freetown through civil war and Ebola crises and mudslides and the COVID-19 pandemic. Whereas Freetown has assisted its sister city through its rich cultural and educational exchanges, extended warm hospitality on multiple visits, and welcomed the Freetown schooner La Amistad. Now, therefore, we undersign as mayor and mayor-elect of our respective cities, reaffirm the sister cities relationship and bond between New Haven, Connecticut, USA, and Freetown, Sierra Leone, and welcome the citizens of both cities to celebrate our historic and enduring friendship so that our cities continue to be linked by an intertwined history, shared values, mutual spirit of cooperation, care, and respect. Sign the two mayors there. So people then they say, all right, if you are still there on this boycott, what is the point of you having to go all over uh, the place you go and sign? These are the second agreements, and now we will sign. But again, like I say, it depends on the south side tap. Some people in the say, well, then demands then a demand and put. Not mean say will take. Eventually, it puts things in place. Well, when the dust settle, then at least you don't make some things you don't get some achievements away count na the country na the city. But again, it depends. Like I say, people know the blast, people and say people know they fall and for and against on this one. So it depends on you. How you think? Well, we want to know in the comment section. What do you think? If that's nice and based on the ten what they come out, what they talk about APC, some of the members then in the next sitting 2 weeks, some of them might join. So if you see them and go join, let you know surprise. So that I make even when we not get 110% confirmation about this, yet still we say, you know what, Lord will not take the people off guard. Let people don't say, but Mr. Komon-Tok, talking point platform, why would I not be telling everybody this? So that make we don't put our say now. If when we carry back, they tell you, say, APC members don't go take the oath of office, now parliament or the city council, the chairperson, them, enough will be a surprise to you. All right. So that's not the long and short of it. Now, another thing we go look into tonight. Now, the Institute for Governance Reform, we then say they don't do a research. This research what they do, then discover see 87% of the people they're not the country, they're not happy with the economy. But again, this man not a new person when it comes to controversy. Andrew Lavalley, Naimbi make the survey. The survey will project Mada Bio for win the election by more than 60%. And a lot of people in Basha, if they follow this guy, this Lahai, they say this man now President Boyo a main bobo. So I think it depends on which side you come up from. Some people they not see say a neutral because even on this very research they do, people still confirm say they're satisfied according to this very research. They're satisfied with the accuracy of the results for projecting Mada will win the election according to the research we conduct. But anyway, you go look at we put on today that the courtesy of Radio Democracy. We put the entire interview here on our channel. If you just want listener, you could do it. But what you ever can put now, just a short one as always. But let us just get a feel of how we put on, let us see. Laura, what's in then use some of the parameters that we then use for get the number. Let's share and let people see. Let we share now. Okay. All right. Okay. On the see from my side now. All right. Okay. Okay. Oops, on the see now. All right. Okay. All right. Oh yeah.
Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. As you get from we headline stories them today inside the program today, the Institute for Governance Reform IGR go conduct but one survey we then do on the economy for Sekadat. I want to welcome inside the studio the executive director for the Institute for Governance Reform, we in IGR, Andrew Labali. Good morning. Welcome to the program. Good morning, Salo.
Yes, Fambudengunas, good morning. It's a pleasure being here.
And same way we inside the program today, the Independent Media Commission go talk about one technical conference on media governance, management, and media ethics. We for Sekadat, we get Ibrahim Bari, Chairman, Independent Media Commission inside the program. Commissioner, Independent Media Commissioner, beg your pardon. Good morning, welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon. Well, we go begin with Andrew Lavalley. We come on at the Institute of Governance Reform as IGR, na local think tank organization. We don't do research over the past year them for trying to governance, promote accountability, strengthen political governance, and other issues them inside the country. And recently, don't pull a survey on the economy. What's in this survey debate and how then go for collect the data and what's in next after the survey make we get Andrew Lavalley. Once more, good morning, welcome to the program. Good morning, Salo.
Good morning, Musa. Good morning, listeners.
From the introduction, the IGR, Institute of Governance Reform, don't they do research on different areas them for give strength to accountability, political dialogue, and other issues them. And now I don't pull a report on the economy. Before we can look at this report, look at the IGR, the issues them when they do research on and happenings in the institution recently.
So thank you very much. So, you know, we established 10 years ago out of a need for strengthening or bridge that gap between knowledge and policy. We believe, say, we people in Kinde in power, we can always blame them and say they don't want to do what is right. But sometimes they're not can get some information for do what is right. So we think IGR decide for do now for fill that gap, for make information available to people within the driving seat of policy. And too often we can gather citizens, what we call citizens-driven evidence. Like, for example, how citizens feel about their healthcare, how they feel about elections, how they feel about the economy, how they feel about democracy, how they feel about Bokutin. So now the way that they can bring citizens and voices into the policy-making process. So you can see sometimes they can pull reports on how citizens and feel about them parliamentarians, the MPs, whether they go parliament, when they go parliament. Some of them can be unsettling, some of them can be complementary. And too often, depending on how the data go, you will get the praise, you will get the attack. Because we know, say, change normally not to tea party. Change normally can come with true blood and sweat. So where some people can attack, we can really appreciate our courage, because it can see, say, you know, some people and they actually feel what they do. And we only hope, say, that feeling they translate into something positive. Because we intention not to embarrass anybody. We intention for bring to the fore how people then feel, or how the institutions with the governs citizens, how they are run, and citizens they can bring their suggestions. And in the lead up now to President Buhari 100 days, where they happen maybe in the next 20 days, we get quite a lot of data we'll get for share, way for really inform the next conversation on the next 5 years, how governance can go. So in effect, Nadan, they really IGR they do.
Now, when we look at the surveys them where IGR don't do in recent times, among plenty issues them when I decide for pick some of the issues them and do survey on them, how I can reach at a conclusion say yes, IGR.
So all of this, we say, let's get back people and polls, people and opinion, and let's see how they, you know, gather opinion and bring them to, you know, people and within a public policy for conversation. Because, you know, with this, the more people and they complain about, you know, the economy, the more.
All right, so Fambule, like I say, if you want to watch the entire clip, you want to watch the entire interview, go just check now the channel there. I did it. We it is say 87% of the people now happy with the economy. We see where people in the grumble even at the end of the interview. But anyway, you know, new to winner, yeah, not to see who can't try for fet for proof, because we open the lines here, people in the top, then say now where the cook self. You get for monitor reports, you get for day. Because if you know the day, other people personally, may I be shocked when I first say I'm from I want a doubt, but people begin call on that very day, and I just say yes, that's not fact, because people who didn't go on the say. So that's not one. Another thing we go look at, we look at the deputy minister don't wanna Turkey for go investors there. Lowi waiting go pull labor. Lowi can waiting Napoleon go pull na Turkey. Listen.
His Excellency, distinguished officers of the Turkish government, His Excellency, colleague ministers, invited members of the Fourth Estate, distinguished participants, and all other attendees of this forum. I bring you all warm greetings from His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Brigadier Richard Julius Madabio, and the people of Sierra Leone. Let me preface my short remarks at this August gathering by thanking the organizers, the World Corporation industry, for creating this platform that accords us the opportunity to share with you at this global audience of SMEs, the tremendous mineral potentials and investment opportunities that exist in Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is a relatively small country of about 72,000 square kilometers in the west coast of Africa. However, despite its relatively small size, our country is richly endowed with minerals such as diamonds, gold, rutile, zircon, ilmenite, bauxite, iron ore, and we've had a vibrant mining sector since the 1920s. These mineral deposits offer significant opportunities for high returns on investment, and we welcome investors from all over the world, especially Turkey, to explore these opportunities. In the diamond sector, the largest diamond ever found in Sierra Leone was 970 carat, dubbed as the Star of Sierra Leone, as at the time it was discovered, it was the third largest diamond ever found in the world. 4 out of the 20 largest diamonds in the world today are from Sierra Leone. A few years ago, a local miner found 709 carat diamond in Eastern Sierra Leone, which now stands at the 13th largest diamond in the world as at 2017. Also, Sierra Leone hosts the largest natural deposit of rutile in the world at over 600 million tons, due RC compliant resource estimate. We have also recently, through our geophysical survey done in the Republic of Sierra Leone a year ago, we've discovered lithium in the northern part of the country. To encourage and protect investment in our country, we have recently acceded to the 1958 New York Convention for the Enforcement of Arbitral Awards, and we have also passed one of the most modern arbitration laws in the Republic of Sierra Leone. To achieve our desires for economic development, our country understands the role of SMEs as the drivers of economic growth. In 2016, we established the SME Agency. Sierra Leone's SMEs dominate the domestic and private sector as they constitute 90% of all activities. They also contribute significantly to job creation and provide livelihoods to approximately 70% of the population, noting that 65% of Sierra Leone population is youth under the age of 35. The SME make up 75% of all businesses in Sierra Leone, accounting for about 85% of employment and contributing about 70% of our gross domestic product. They dominate the business landscape of Sierra Leone and exhibit abundant potential in accelerating economic development necessary for wealth creation and poverty reduction. 80% are local and 20% are foreign owned. My presence here today as a delegation from the government of Sierra Leone is a testament to our continued positive relations which we share with the people of Turkey, whose businesses are providing us electricity under the car power ship, managing the entrance into our country, our new airport under the Suma company, and many other businesses. We are inviting Turkish business people into our mining sector as we set about to create mineral wealth for the development of our country under the Big Five of the agenda of His Excellency the President. I will take positive lessons from here as we hope to deepen our relationship in the area of economic development with the people of Turkey.
All right, so Farmwood, that was the deputy minister. We will attract investors and for Canal Salon, make them can pay attention on our minerals. We at least will get a corporation where investment will come. But this is also the first thing is for the government, they're going to agreements now talking, not so even the car power ship, of course, we say now Turkish own, you know, and we also understand the Suma also. So it seems as if the Turkey then a destination for we for go attract investors there. And we wish every good thing in a salon, every effort we anybody to do for bring calm or for pushing the effects and the country well. We wish everybody where they make that attempt today. And now we move on, some of the people very people are very active now social media where they bash. Some people are seeing they bash Akisoya. This man Thomas, now man back way at least a lot of people on social media they can follow. Thomas Dixon. It seems as if you're not happy with happy with the mayor. Let we see what he puts na Twitter. Let me just share quick. Let's see. Now this inputs and poses Thomas Dixon. Like I say, a lot of people can follow around. We the tweets, you see, like more than 5,000 people that don't view in post. It puts some say it's hypocrisy, others say it's betrayal. Akisoya was seen functioning in governance in USA against our party Apc directives. Akisoya referred to herself as mayor-elect, but have refused to act as such back home following our party position. Now, another newspaper we then call Salon newspaper, then writes a snitch, and this input, snitch, Akisoya betrays APC. So now these them puts, like I said, the conversation a while, it depends on the person, for again, some people and say, make no sense. What's the point of you functioning as a mayor-elect in the diaspora internationally, but you refuse for take your seats na the they elect you. But again, we just go small. Would they get flesh on this one? As they, from what you understand, if this Calabash newspaper are true, it seems as if the next 2 weeks, the mayors and the parliamentarians and the councillors and will take their seats. But I not go confirm let go to place. We much thinking catch who they see in social media or no way able be our knockout and all right, now we look at the other talk where then they talk about Arata. Of course, I know Arata is a controversial figure. We people and they say last year this particular post they make rounds on the social media where they say put a left ambulance. Okay, very good. Now Akma. Now this newspaper, this post they circulate on social media. They say waiting na cast of LXG and Eddie 441 them yon pa Arata in Taiwan. Una release them bo duya. Cast from LXG and country boss arrested by police in connection with Arata's death, as reported by Akman. The reason why make you final say social media will read something day, will they take and quick, we can't talk not another someone will say, well, I'm not go wait this, that. Most of the things that don't happen in this country na social media, first to the area. Now the area. Pardon by road, now from social media, pardon by road break, attempted break. Now social media were area before remember it don't come into reality. So that I make anything we see on social media the threat will know the doubter. Even LJ issue for say they don't can go Benghazi, they don't go Baba. On social media all will know until later after a couple of days now can say yes, then can go Benghazi, then go Baba, then Babi, then create all in it. Where a lot of discussion be coming out of that. Some people then say degrading treatment. Some then say not called for who's part of the law. While the police and Komon and defenders the SOP, the standard operating policy procedure. Whenever they can go a prisoner, Benghazi and get for shaping it. But other people then deny. Another police and they would then fire for them for that for defend and for defend that particular thing they will be happen, and another people and they another police and they will come talk against that, where they say get in trouble with them boss there. So it is so controversial. But the point what they make is this man a few days ago he sing a song. La play for you this song so that let you understand waiting for people in the say perhaps now this sing way don't sing make you don't go and get because you don't tell where not so you don't die. I don't say yeah, police and investigate. Perhaps the investigation lead to Ackman and this other guy then say owner. But only way this music don't come off us. Anyway, listen this music. This now be popular music then for few days here. Listen.
Yeah, man. To make noise. To make noise, darling. Yeah, lele. To make noise. To make noise, darling. To make noise. To make noise, darling. To make noise. To make noise. The people on tire. The people on fed up. For people they suffer. The country don't ganga. No future for the youth. So tramadole. Papa, they treat we like we not sober. Yes, don't be here, but mine don't be here. Your boss don't be here. Petrol don't turn boy picking. To make noise, to make noise. Free town, to make noise, to make noise. Bokono kene makailau, to make noise, to make noise. Makeni pot blocker can be here. To make noise, to make noise. Freedom is coming. Freedom is coming. Freedom is coming. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left. When we soldier them left, right, left, right, left, right, left. When we use my them left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Yeah, Papa, Opa, they treat we like we not sober. Yes, don't be here, but mine don't be here. Your boss don't be here. Petrol don't turn boy picking. To make noise, to make noise.
All right, so that was the song. In case you want to listen the full song, Kinguna Ackman in Andul, he did it. The full song did it. He said we'll get opportunity for subscribe now channel. Apc get subscribers there. So this was one of the songs will be all over social media. In fact, I don't know. I think we promised for Bikauta at one time, but we'll not be able to bring a calm. But again, it had more flesh on waiting the necessity for bringing a calm. So this song, be scattered social media. I don't know, but if indeed, then just because what is possible, this of course not to song where government please about, any song where they challenge government, they expose certain things and they be critical. Some musicians said they know they sing Nana Salon. Remember the last time where this guy article 4 we pull our music nasty, but at the end of the day, it was bought over by Caldinero and others, and he begins singing for the government. Not as though we all know about that story there. So Ackman, I don't know if maybe disconnected with the bots, and also because of the song, then say in connection, according to this post. So like I say, this is not just a question mark, but from what you understand, Ackman, they don't arrest her. What did they arrest her for? Well, they say in connection with the death of Arata. But we go do a check behind the scene. We go try for ask police, let police tell we if they get awareness about this, if indeed the investigation them say that they conduct on the death of Arata, if it related to Ackman in arrest. And if we get that, we will definitely, if they give you information on that, we will let you know. But we will do that behind the scene. So Fumble, of course, now always no send it to the train or the cow to now. So these are the things that we get for now tonight. And I'm not sure if we go open the line. What we can do, we go just read on our text them. We go read on our text them. I'm not sure if we will open the line, except we get popular demand on that, on the text, on the comment section. Otherwise, we will just read on our text them. All right, now as always, okay, today I think we'll do the sending order. Let's start done, And then we go back. This person they come up from Medman, this one they come from Medman say, Mr. Komon-Tok, please don't believe the Calabash editorial which states that APC MPs will take their seats when Parliament open after the recess. The Calabash is an SLPP propaganda newspaper. Always all the talk would they put within disclaimer, would already address them, we already talk. But because it make rounds on the social media, we get for counter. And that make we say we're not confirmer, we're not not 100%, but anything, of course, when I don't know now talking point. Anything with a trend that the social media definitely with the counter. Wait till we confirm, we will turn and say we confirm a real believer. We think get that question mark, we put a question mark. Like I say, behind the scene, I talk with some APC member, they don't know confirm this particular source. And the only thing they tell me, if we see 2-3 more, we'll not for surprise. That's not the exact word we I get from them. So now we they go, now we they continue. And all right, I think okay, somebody Idris to you say Akman the America, not in the arrest. Okay, very good. You see, that's the good thing. And like I say, we not confirm it, but see the make rounds on the social media. So we could do behind the scene follow for you would say. But however, I will still talk with police that in a show. Next episode we will get here. I will talk with Una. I will tell her what we get from the police, if it is true or not. This one they come out from Bravo Team say it's a good song fighting for freedom. All right. This one they come up from Mary Jo. They say, I trust those criminals, they will just be laughing at them in their minds. This one they come up from Ibrahim Ahmed. They say Mohammed Kone should have been behind bars by now if Sierra Leone is a sober country. Now this other one they come out from Joseph Bangura, they say they should look and study how other country looking after their citizen. This one they come up from Asantu, they say if APC compromise to the criminal SLPP regime, for sure an uprising will occur through the all right. Okay. This one they come up from G4, we say, I no doubt Arab man them, just they watch them with one eye, with one eye. Another person they say, Ahmed Kamara, what they say, we all see the prediction of the election. I think you answer election. But today everyone knows the election are not credible, but what Lavally said come to pass to, so don't you think is part of the coup? Well, I can't answer that question. It's too heavy for me to answer. Another, okay, these are the same person. I think he's still a vex with IGR. All right, this one they come up from Joseph Bangura. Good evening, Mr. Komon-Tok. I hope you're doing well. Yes, I'm doing well. This one they come up from Awana to Korma. They say, I really don't understand what's going on in Sierra Leone anymore. This is so sad. Mama Salon crying for our children. And this one, Mary J, would they say, if this is real, then Mohammed Bangura said it. Yeah, Mohammed Bangura be talk that, yes, one of the interviews, and you know, say one time back, Ikaya, he say by December, we will see if not all, but most of the APC MPs then we don't go take their seats. All right, but we hope we will see. But we are not they miss nothing by God in power. As long as we get the health and the energy, definitely we will keep on posted. Could be. Good evening, Mr. Komon-Tok. Yes, how are you doing? Could be. And all right, slowly the all right. This one they come up from Binti Korma. What they say? I hope they don't do it. We are waiting for APC. This one they come up from Binesuma. What they say? We the people have bones to pick with BO, APC, etc. Another person, this Bangura Mohammed, would they say, like, seriously, APC MPs take their seats? What a shame. So Honorable Mohammed Bangura said, said came to pass. But anyway, the positive was with Mohammed Bangura talk, now anyone can to pass. So I think now the positive for puts. All right, this one they come up from Patricia. Yes, good evening, Patricia. Yes, this one they come up from Fatimata Kamara. Yes, Fatimata, how you do? How are you? And this one they come up from Kelvin Sisse. Welcome to PP. God bless you, my brother. Stay connected. Yes. And Mary J again. Good morning, Mr. Komon-Tok and TPP family, community members. Happy Monday. Well, what if this happens? I'll be so devastated. APC, please don't disappoint the Iranians. We voted for you. And this one they come up from Daniel. So they say, Mr. Komon-Tok, waiting. You mean APC for go work or salon? This person, KK, they say, I can't believe these so-called APCM parliamentarians are going to parliament. APC bona adopt una no beer. Well, family again, let we just re-emphasize and say these are all speculations, because if I don't get that confirmation from any source, then una for don't know. But until that information, una will just brush them up, because the last person we want for trust a politician. That's not the thing. I just want to prepare people in mind so that if una see anything different, so una not go doubt. The last person we will trust, and not saying not for trust politician, no, but the last person we for trust, salon politician. Yeah, I know the last person we for trust, salon politician. So always that I make what there, you see how they tread cautiously, where they put the interest of the country, because these two political parties, APC and SLPP, when you genuinely analyze, no difference, no day. You go just tell me, say this one was passed this at this particular time, or this one. But I mean, even the time where we get economic boom during the APC regime back then, there were massive corruption. People, I mean, we be see some of them they pay 800,000 before remember some ministers. We see the amount of we hear the amount of cases of corruption cases will be evident all over. So that make always they not take things too personally. But majority of the people majority of the people they watch I want for believe say these are people away, they're not political in the sense they're not there for any political party. Majority, I want for believe that, except otherwise. Beaucoup people just want let democracy prevail in salon. They are not APC, they are not SLPP. They might be sympathize with APC because our constitution or country today now then two political party and now then get the chance for rule APC SLPP because we're not the third force. So that makes a lot of people like they sympathize or they lean with APC because people they expect say I mean in a democracy, I mean if one set of people in order to do good, they know they perform, there is a need for make them change there, make the alternates come. I think now that make a lot of people they appear as if they support APC, but actually now because a third force not there. If we get a real third force, a strong third force, perhaps that strength for I mean, for they get them discussions and these are they make the people in the call, some people and they say there's a need for we get a third force on the country. So if Allah will not just deal with Alassane Alussan, you know, the good, the bad, you know, at least now we get the three, like the good, the bad, the ugly. Now we get somewhere. I mean, now we get choice, more of choice, because these other small political parties, we need constant. Now, we need a constant. We don't know where I make we need a constant. We don't know. So they are not just left there. We not the third force. We not get. So until we get a formidable third force in future, then definitely we'll just go for the PR. They were where they are come. If they can't try small, at the end of maybe the second time, you see, I mean, those both come and thief, whatever thief, don't we wait back for another one, then come back, then second be, you know, like that no more. But anyway, as it stands now, the country, of course, this research we IGR don't put in order in good shape, absolutely. Very, very deplorable, according to, and this is a person where people in the accused for saying a sympathizer of the government. For let get the bold manner, they put in statistics here. I'm 87, Fambule, 87, not a small one, not a small, not a small figure now. 87%, you know, small. I mean, even if you score 87 now, a test, you know, they're very close to. It depends on the marking screen or the marking sheet of the university. You go very close to A, or sometimes in some cases sometimes you go close to A plus. You know, it depends. So 87% of the country, for me then say so, then it means it's serious. All right, so somebody there waiting. Somebody want put but Lavalina Alajika might say Mr. Komon-Tok Andrew Lavalley is one of the people who lead us where we are today. By the grace of Allah, they will expose themselves one after the other. All right, I think yeah, another person they say, I think Andrew Lavalley don't get you own today now. Idris Touye is Andrew Lavalley is a very deceitful and dangerous guy. He is one of the bad guys that rigged the election. G4 they say now because now they all been they wait for McCain money now better not the. Yeah, I know. Like I said, a lot of people in Basha, people in not believer anyway. A lot of people in the doubter because the way we conducting research, there we are a lot of question mark over that. But anyway, Fambul will tap the program here as always. We tell her plenty thank you for Una Chonwi. You know, say Monday we're not can get much work, you know, exhaust the Saturday and Sundays, and we go try for maybe perhaps we might broadcast the protest. A protest they come on the 20th in UK, England. We might broadcast on live. I hope on that day, maybe if I'm not at work or if I would take a day off when I get down there. But anyway, I will look tomorrow the 19th. I believe it's tomorrow the 19th. I will look into that and I will know if I will get a day off for I will broadcast them for. All right. Somebody let us squeeze this in there. This Korombo is say, I believe these figures are higher than what it brought. Well, if these figures are higher than what you say, well, situation, well, it damning. If these figures are no. All right, so Fambule, I left for now for tonight. We'll come back to Ma, definitely, if we got something interesting. Bye-bye.
Attention, attention. Are you hungry for the latest insights on politics and good governance issues from the motherland, Sierra Leone? Look no further than Talking Points, your go-to platform for engaging discussions. Subscribe today and let your voice surge. Talking Points is where smart minds come alive. Subscribe now. Attention, attention. Are you hungry for the latest insights on politics and good governance issues from the motherland, Sierra Leone? Look no further than Talking Points, your go-to platform for engaging discussions. Subscribe today and let your voice surge. Talking Points is where smart minds come alive. Subscribe now.
You've been to 50 countries in Africa, and you will agree with me that leadership in Africa got problems. I don't know if you agree with me.
Oh, I can't agree more with you.
In my younger life until now, I'm a martial artist. And one of the greatest martial artists and philosophers is Bruce Lee, with his art called Jide Kunedu. And he says that a leader must be agile like a martial artist, agile like water. If it is in a glass, it takes the shape of the glass. If it is in a bottle, it takes the shape of a bottle, but it doesn't change. It can be solid, it can be gas, it can be liquid, but it's still water. Leadership. A leader must have vision. You've got to see the big picture. Do we have such leaders? Whether it's in the political arena, you are typical African so-called leader. I don't use leader when I'm talking about African politicians, because it's an insult to the word.
The problem of Africa, simply stated, is one of leadership at the political level. Remember, post-colonization, we inherited systems of governance which are alien to us. And the men and women whom we put into office or rig themselves into political office are individuals who, on a scale of 1 to 10, only 3 are interested in the continent of Africa or in their countries in a manner that is beneficial to the people. That is why we have no shortage of thieves in public office. We have no shortage of murderers in public office. We have no shortage of nepotists. We have no shortage of tribalists in public office. And that is the single thing that we must sort out. The day we sort out the problem of leadership in Africa, that is the day Africa will realize our potential. And it must be done. And it must be done quickly. And we must speak about and against it. Because if we don't, then these individuals, these demigods, will always try to destroy the continent for this generation and generations yet to be born.
You said they rigged their way to office.
Most of the time.
So which means it's so real.
Oh, yeah. I mean, these fellows rig themselves into office, most of them. And they manipulate the ballot box. And when they manipulate the ballot box, then they create resentment. And when they create resentment, then they themselves become afraid of the population which they claim elected them into public office. And that is tragic.
Prof, you said African leaders are demigods.
Yes.
Why do you say so?
They are demigods because most of them want to be worshipped rather than to serve. And let me say that there are quite a number of African leaders who are good. There are people in Africa, and they are there, and they have been there, who have had the continent at heart. But the tragedy is that they are few and far between. When we talk about leadership, we are talking about politicians.
Yeah.
We are talking about so-called elected politicians in many countries. These are individuals who go to office on the promise that they are going to deliver. And as I've said before, and I repeat it again, one of the shortest avenues to acquisition of material wealth is the political arena in Africa. And that is why we see our agriculture is not doing well, our education is not doing well, our health sectors are not doing well. But in the few countries where leadership is committed, you can see that things are happening in a proper manner. And there are quite a number of countries in this regard. You go to Tanzania, you see some good work is being done there. In Rwanda, some good work is being done there. In Botswana, some good work is being done there. But they are few and far between. We want an Africa that works, an Africa that functions, an Africa where people go into office because they want to serve, not to be served. That Africa is the Africa that we are now running around the continent and telling leadership and urging leadership to create with our help.
Do you believe that there is elections in Africa, something we call free and fair elections in Africa?
There are very few. The thing called free and fair elections is a fiction in many African countries. It is a fiction because elections are manipulated either through ethnicity or through bribery, and the people's will is manipulated in that way. And that is why you are beginning to see a groundswell of resentment, popularly elected leaders being removed from office through coup d'etats. The coup d'etat is the language of the unheard. Not that one wants unconstitutional changes of power, but when those in power claim to have been elected and they are not elected, and they use public office to serve themselves and to serve past colonizers, then coup d'etats and unconstitutional changes of power become inevitable.
Prof, currently there's a lot of coup d'etats happening in the western of Africa. And do you think that is the way forward?
It is not the way forward, but it is inevitable. And you can see that happening, particularly in the former French colonies. One of the worst colonizers in the history of the world are the French. And even when they pretended to leave, they still remained and are manipulating the economies of this country. And we have seen coup d'etats in Burkina Faso, in Guinea, in Mali, and now in Niger. And young men in the military are saying, because the civilian population is helpless, we are coming in to intervene for the purposes of cleaning up this mess. Do I support it? Yes, because it is inevitable, because that is the only way. Do I support their continued remaining in power? No. They are simply midwifing a process and creating an environment where changes will begin to take place in a proper manner, so that we begin to have proper elections and begin to inject some civility and hygiene in the conduct of our affairs.
But sometimes I feel like they come in that we want to help the people. As soon as they taste power,
yes,
they'll be like, you know what? I want to be there forever.
That is a danger. That is why civic awareness is very critical. Remember that when you taste a little power and you are not humble, then you become drunk with it. So it is the duty of the population to be vigilant. And vigilance is what will tell the coup makers that if you joke, this time round we are not going to sit there, we are going to come out in the millions, and your guns will become hopeless and useless in the face of mass rebellion.
Are you proud of the African Union?
No, I'm not proud of the African Union. I think it is a body that is weak. It is a body that is manipulated. It is a body that doesn't do the right thing. And we have seen the many conflicts that are taking place in Africa, whether it's in Sudan or southern Cameroons or in Ethiopia. They are as silent as silence can be. That is a body that must be revamped. It is a body that must have men and women who are crusaders, men and women who are not cowards, men and women who are prepared to sacrifice for the continent. It is a body that is crying for change.
Currently, ECOWAS came and they said they want to, go for war in Niger.
Yeah.
I feel like Niger actually needed support.
Absolutely.
Not war.
But you know that the decisions that were being made by ECOWAS, and I'm very happy with the Nigerian Senate telling their president straight on, we are not going to allow you to send our men and women to fight their brothers. But you could see the subterranean manipulation of France and the United States of America. And the people came and said, we don't want war. People in Nigeria told their president, we do not want war. Our Nigerian brothers need support. But it tells you how African bodies are susceptible to manipulation by foreign powers who want to have their dirty work done by our own. asking brother to rise and fight against brother, sister to rise and fight against sister, we must always remember that there are fifth columnists in our ranks, and it is our duty to identify them so that they do not become Trojan horses to destroy us.
Based on popular demand, we want to make you the new AU chairman. Prof, I'm not joking, you know, the youth of Africa, you see, like you have so much influence on the continent.
Yes.
Like I posted a picture with you.
Yeah.
And everybody is like, I think you have made it in life just by taking a photo with
Yes.
Prof. And somebody commented that, can we make Prof the AU chairman? Prof, are you interested in this role?
You know, my own view is Africa needs sons and daughters who will serve her. If Africa summons us to serve, we will serve Africa.